Welcome viewers. In this video we are going to learn about testing a Python code that contains Python classes and objects. So earlier I have showed you a demonstration where we were testing a Python code that contains only Python function. Okay, that was a modular approach. This will be an oops kind of stuff we are going to test. Okay, so you can see my folder structure. So there is a folder called test folder. Now this test folder will have one Python file that will contain all the classes and objects, the actual Python code. Now inside it we will have one more Python file that will have the Python test codes. So let's say I have created one new file called student.py. okay, now I will write a Python class that will have some student information. So our code would go something like this. Let's say we are having a student class. I will write something like this, class student. No, it will be capital S, and then I will have def init. Then inside it, first keyword will be obviously self. Then I will have last name. Then no, it will be a first name, then last name. Then I will have scored mark. Then I will have full mark. Okay, scored mark is the mark that you have scored in the exam. Full mark is the out of what mark you have scored that mark. Let's say you have, the full mark was 100 and out of 100 you have scored 65. So full mark is 100 and scored mark is 65. Okay, now I will initialize all these variables. So set self dot first name equal to first name, self dot last name equal to last name, self dot scored mark equal to scored mark, self dot full mark equal to full mark. Okay. Now this is the initialization part. Now I will create one member function that will create an email. Okay, so this our email will take argument self, and I will go inside it and I will return f string. It will be one pair of curly brackets and self dot first name, then self dot last name, self dot last name @ gmail.com. okay, so whenever we call this function, it will concatenate first name and last name, and also it will append with gmail.com. so you can see we are creating one Gmail of that specific student. Okay, now we will create percentage, how much percent that student have scored. So percentage mark self, then I will return integer of self dot code mark divided by self dot full mark. Then I will multiply it with 100. So this will be into 100 to get the percentage mark. Okay, so I will multiply it with 100. So everything is done. Now I will come out of the class. Then I will def main. Then the first name would be, let's say, Tom equal to, what you can say, I will write student1 equal to student, what is the name, let's say Tom. Give any name, let's say I give Johnson. How much that guy has scored? 45 mark out of 70. Okay, now this is the student1, and I will try to print the data. So print student1 dot email, get email. Okay, then print student1 dot get percentage mark. Where is percentage mark? Over here. Okay, now if I run it, so the output where I have done the mistake, I need to call main. Okay, if underscore name underscore name equal to main, then main. Okay, so you have got the Gmail ID, that is tomjohnson@gmail.com, and the percentage that that guy has scored, that is 64%. Now this is the base Python class. Now based on this class we will build test case. Okay, now to build test case, we will create one file inside the test folder itself. So I will create one more file, that is a new file, and the file name will be test student.py. Okay, as earlier I have discussed with you that first we have to import Unittest library. So import Unittest. Okay, then we will import this student class. So student class is in the same directory, sorry, student file is in the same directory, so we can import it easily. So from student import student. Okay, now once this is done, here comes the actual part. So first we will create one class. Okay, that class should start with test. So class test, what we are testing? We are testing the student class, so test student. Then we will inherit some of the properties from unit test cases. So unit test dot test case. Okay, now once this is done, then we will start something called setup. Setup is an inbuilt method. Now setup, what it does, it automatically creates some of the classes, or you can say some of the objects of this class, of the student class. Okay, so you will see how I do it. So first it will be self dot student1 equal to, then we will have student. Now remember, this student is coming directly from this one. Okay, so and the arguments that it will take, that is the first name. So my first name, let's say I will give Tom. The second name I will give, let's say, Cruz. How much that guy has scored? Let's say 50 out of how much mark? 100. Okay, so this is the student 1. So similarly, if you want to have more students, so you can write self dot student 2 equal to, again, student. Here I will write one name, let's say James. I will write Bond. Okay, now how much this guy has scored? Let's say 23 out of 30. Okay, this is setup. Setup, you can say it's a kind of a constructor in terms of unit test. So it will have a destructor as well, so that is called tear down. So def tear down, and it will also take self. Okay, now tear down method will not have anything much, only delete self dot student 1, delete self dot student 2. Okay, once this is done, and you don't have to worry about this codes, I will give a description link in the, I will give a link in the description below. It will redirect you to my homepage. There I have written all the codes for you, so you have to only copy paste it. In this video you just understand what I am doing. So the next function would be testing the Gmail. Okay, now how it is written? Def test, what is the function that we want to test? That is get mail. Always try to keep the same name. So we are having get email, so here also we will write get email. Okay, now we will have self keyword as usual. Inside it we will have self dot assert equal. Okay, now assert equal will compare the manually given input and the output that the code, that our Python code will generate. So how it is written? That is self dot student 1, okay, dot get email. What is the means we are testing get email part, and what it should return? That is Tom Cruise. Tom, C is capital C RUISE @gmail.com. So I will explain this line once more. First we will call assert equal self.assert equal. Inside that we shall call student1. So self.student1.gmail. So we are connecting to our Gmail function of our class. And what we are expecting when student1, now student1 is what? This one at line number probably 7. Yes. So student 1 should return when it calls Gmail. So the Gmail ID would be tomcruise@gmail.com. So this guy, so the first part will return tomcruise@gmail.com, and we are also expecting tomcruise@gmail.com. So these things will match. Okay. Now similarly, I will use for the second object as well. So this will be assert equal for student2 self dot student2 dot get mail. Then let's say I gave complete different. Let's say I gave x comma, no, it has to be James Bond. It will be James Bond @gmail.com. Okay. Explanation goes the same. It will call the student2. Okay, this one, get Gmail. So James Bond @gmail.com. What it will return, that is James Bond @gmail.com, and we are also expecting James Bond @gmail.com. So if it becomes equal, then assert equal will give us a positive result. So once these two things are done, then we will create test cases for the other method. So I will write test underscore percentage mark self, go inside, then self dot assert equal self dot student 1 dot percentage mark, call this function, and we have given 50. So the percentage it will score, that is also, so I will write 50 over here. Similarly, I will do for the second object as well. So assert equal self dot student2 dot percentage mark, and how much our James Bond has scored. Let's say he has scored 23 out of 30. Okay. Now it becomes around 75%. So I will write 76%. Okay. Now once this part is ready, we will come out of the class. Then I will write the boilerplate. So if underscore name underscore equal to underscore main underscore and unit test dot main. Okay. Now if everything goes fine, we will see two dots, because we have two test cases, one for this one, another for this one. Okay, let's run it, and you can see the two test cases have passed. Now what if it fails? So I will change percentage. Let's say I have given 56, which is not the case, because if you divide 23 by 30 into 100, that will not come 56, but we are expecting 56 over here, so that will not match, and you will see our test case will fail. See, it ran two test cases, one has passed, that is for one dot, there is one F, this means one test case has failed. Okay, so this is how you can create test cases for Python classes. So let's meet in the next video, and once again you will get all these codes in my website, that is called thesiliconboard.com. I have given the link in the description below. Please go and check there. You will get some other articles to read. I hope that will be helpful for you guys, and let's meet in the next video.